Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is Code with Femi. And have you ever wondered, like as a beginner that wants to go into software development, like how do I learn everything? Everything I've been shown. I have to learn HTML, I have to learn CSS, I have to learn JavaScript, I have to learn backend language, which is either C sharp, Java, Python. I also have to learn a DB language, which is like SQL. This can be quite overwhelming. And I've got good news for you because in this video, we're going to be talking about cheat sheet. Welcome once again to my channel. And as you can see right in front of my screen, we've got this actual amazing link site actually that helps to come up with documentations. Especially this is actually for like your websites. If you want to develop a website and you're a software developer, you can actually come in here to actually start learning, because this site actually they do have a lot of amazing stuff you can actually start learning, like how to make a website, how to start a blog, how to start an online store, how to register a domain name, how to make a portfolio website. All beginners, there's another all beginners guides, there's all guides for intermediates as well, which is quite amazing. There's a lot happening here, and it's everything seems to be free. The information is quite free, and I just want to show you guys one aspect which is quite important, especially for beginners, because it can be overwhelming, trying to learn everything at the same time. So in here, I'm just going to go through, the basic cheat sheet that they have here. And what is cheat sheet means, as you can read from this actual blog written by Nick, you can see there it says having a proper cheat sheet will make your life a ton easier. And I do agree with that, especially for beginners. And you can see there that it says, when I started out with web development back in 2004, I used to have a cheat sheet too. Now it's all in my head though. So basically, he had to learn using cheat sheet to a point where it's comfortable, and then he could just easily do stuff. But if you're not yet savvy, you're not savvy yet, but you're just trying to, you can see just trying to experiment a little, you can actually start looking at HTML, your different cheat sheets. So basically, they have a PDF here you can actually have a look at the different types. Let's just click on one of it, and you can see here basically for HTML5, these are the basic stuff like you can really learn. And also I want you to pay attention to the legends. So the green ones means that they're actually like new tags in HTML5. The brown ones means that they're not really being used anymore. It's depreciated. They're not really valid anymore. I think you might still be able to use them, but it's just advisable not to really to avoid them. Like for instance, acronym, should avoid that tag because it has been depreciated. You can see as well the attributes are in that color, which is the attributes to that actual tag. That is the different attributes you can have on that tag. So, which is quite amazing. You can see here, there's a lot of information here that you can really start, playing around with. You can actually, create a new HTML file and just keep on, using all these different, tags and see what you get out of them, which is really, it's a, one step ahead. Once you have this, you keep on playing with this cheat sheet every time, you get used to it and you're good to go. So basically, this is the one for HTML. I'll put all these links down in my description, so don't worry, don't stress. I'll make sure everything is down there for you to actually use them. So there's one here as well that he made for complete CSS cheat for CSS as well. Same story. You can actually click on it and be able to see what are the different types they've got. They've got backgrounds, they've got borders, they've got a lot. There's a lot of amazing stuff you can really do. Just going through this cheat sheet. It gives you all the different types that you can really play with, which is, to me, I feel like this is actually, it saves you a lot of time rather than you like spending time reading a whole big book of CSS. You can easily grab this cheat sheet and start playing around with this different amazing stuff and see what what you get from it. um yeah, you can actually like see what you get from it. Like it's just amazing. Like it's quick, straight to the point. No, no distractions, or you just straight to the point. You use them, you get your hands dirty. So that's the one for CSS. The one I also want to show you guys is the JavaScript one. So these three ones I've shown you is actually gonna cover most of the things you're gonna be doing on the actual front end. Like a basic website. If you want to develop a basic website, like if you know JavaScript, if you know CSS, if you know HTML, then I want to believe that it should be fine. To actually come up with a basic website. You don't really need to know everything. You get what I mean? Like you can basically, come up with something simple, something straight to the point. And the good thing we know we have is that we have some framework that you can also use. But if you learn these things, it will make it much more easier for you to actually be able to use those frameworks. So one of them is Bootstrap. So Bootstrap, I think I actually shown you guys in one of my videos on how to use Bootstrap. You can actually use Bootstrap. You can also use some of the JavaScript framework, like Angular, like React JS, like Vue.js. There's a lot of ton of amazing framework you can easily use, but you need to actually know the basics as a big beginner. Understand what are the concepts. When you see let, what does that mean? You get, and this cheat sheet actually tells you, okay, similar to constant, however, you can see there, however, let variable can be reassigned but not redeclared. You can see. So you already know what let means. You know what constant means. What var means. So this is actually very good for you. Be like, as a beginner, you can easily start understanding. When you see a code, you can really understand. Okay, this is how they declare an array. Okay, of banana, apple, pear. This is actually an array, which means that this actually is a collection in a way, and these are the functions you can carry out, or methods you can carry out on that array. You can concact, which means that you can join several arrays into one. You can do a lot of amazing stuff. Let's see some here. You can reverse the order of the elements in an array, which means that you want to like reverse this thing. So when you do that function, you see this actual reverse function, it will give you pear will be the first, and then we have maybe banana at the end, and apple will still stay there. So in the reverse, like that. So it's quite amazing what you can do, like with this cheat sheet. And I want to recommend that you start looking into it. There's another one that that is amazing. So for your backend languages, we've touched on your front end languages. This is your backend language, which is actually one for Swift and C Sharp quick reference. So in here, what they've done with this document is they've made it a little bit much more. They've categorized it in a way, which is your variables. Basically there you can see the types of variables that you can have. So you have, these are the ones under here are the ones for Swift, and the ones under here are the ones for C Sharp. So you can see here boolean, constant, variable, var, float, double, int, nullable types, system.tuple. Then you have string, which is a of reference type. And see also, like, and I'm gonna focus more on the C sharp, because I'm a C sharp guy. I've been doing C sharp like all my years in the IT space. So I'll focus more on that. So you can see here all reference variables can be set to null, because here you can see on this variable they said it's actually a type of reference, which means that you can actually easily set this thing to nothing, to not have any value, like just null. And also you can also see there that they're doing a check to see, okay, is that actual variable, is it not null? If it's not null, then you can actually output what you have in there. I'm also going to show you some quick exercise with this cheat sheet actually. Let me just start up my Visual Studio. Let's just create a simple console app and just start playing with this basic stuff that we see here, and see how we can take it from there. And the major reason why I want to focus on the C sharp a little bit more is because I'm going to start showing you guys how to write your system using the backend language called C sharp. Like, I will take you through the OOP principles, basically. Like, and what is OOP? OOP is object oriented programming. I will dive deeper into it in my future videos. I'm just putting some things in place for us to be able to to have that session where we can do stuff. But let's just create this console app. I will just call this cheat sheet. Let's call this .app, and then let's just remove that app from the solution name. Let's click on next. Then let's just create the app. It's just a simple console app. You can also create this, and you might be wondering like, wait a minute, what is this guy using here now for, creating an app? Because I've not seen this before. This is actually Visual Studio 2019. For you guys who haven't seen this before, this is Visual Studio 2019, and this is the like the heavyweight compared to Visual Studio Code. I've shown you guys Visual Studio Code in my previous videos, but this is actually Visual Studio 2019, which is actually much more, I would say it has more stuff in it than Visual Studio Code. Like there's more to it, where it's not lightweight like Visual Studio Code, and this is what I've been using for development. If you want to download this, you can easily download it. Let me just show you quickly where you can. I'll also put that link in my description, but it's right here. You can actually just download the community version. I'm using the community version now for just showing you guys all this amazing stuff. And you can see below here is the actual Visual Studio Code. That is the one that I've shown you guys, and then this is the one I'm referring to, which is actually your full featured integrated development environment. So this is the full version, this is the lightweight version. So yeah, that's just the difference. But basically you can see here I've created a program, a simple program, and if I run this, let's just run this just to see what is actually in there, so that we can actually just see. You can see right there already it says console.writeLine, which means that it's just gonna tell you, okay, hello world. So you can see there, I can actually change that to hello code with Femi, and then let's run it again. Let's save this and let's run it again, and you can see what that will print out now. Again, you can see there, this is actually saying now hello code with Femi. You can see it's just that basic stuff. And then let's go back to our cheat sheet just to see what we can play around with. Actually, where are you, my cheat sheet? Yeah, here we go. So let's just let's actually copy this as it is. I don't want to alter the code. I just want to like copy it as it is, and let's just put it inside of this main. So the main is actually the entry point to this program, because whenever this program runs, it runs through this. This is the starting point. And also you can put a breakpoint. Remember I showed you a little bit about debugging, so I'm gonna a little bit just put a breakpoint there just for us to see what is going on. Let me zoom in so that we can actually have more visuals as to what is going on. As you can see there, I've put a breakpoint there. That thing is telling me that what I'm saying now is when I run this, I want the program to stop at that point, and we can see what is going to happen. It's running. You can see there that there's a stop now. It's telling me now that I've stopped at that point. Then basically I can use these controls you see on top here. You see, yeah, these controls as you see on top there, you can actually use them, or you can actually use your short keys, which is F10 to step over, F11 to step into that method, and then we have shift F11 to step out. So for this, I'm just going to click on F10. You can see it moves to the next line. So if I go the next line, you can see there, if you check my autos here, you can see that up string is actually of value null, which means that it's not going to step into this actual block because it's actually null. And because the condition here says if up string is not null, because this is what this operator means, that like exclamation mark equals means not, not equals to. So it was gonna step over. You can see it steps into the next line, which is your actual next line. And the same story, it's not gonna step in there. It's just gonna say hello, hello code with Femi, which is basically what you have here. It's the same story, right? So now let's just modify this code a little bit for you to understand what what the variable is. Variable is where you just store, you store a value. Let's change this now to my name, or let's just say my channel, right? Let's say my channel. You can see that I've changed that to my channel, and then let's change this to say that the actual length now is Just wait a minute. We're not okay. Let's just change my actual length to this length, right? I've done this now. So what do you guys think is gonna happen when I run this? Guess. Okay, let's just run it. I'm just gonna remove the breakpoint, but I just want you to think about what is gonna like like show on the actual like the actual console when I run this. So if I run this, it should show me the my channel. It should show me the length, and it should show me hello with Femi. As you can see there, it's showing me those information based on what I've actually imputed. My channel 10, hello code with Femi. So basically, you can see there that this is actually a cheat sheet. You can already see, okay, you're already playing with a variable. Actually, this is actually a variable of type string, and there are different types. Like I said, you can actually have like something like boolean. So you can say bool is true equals to what can we use? I can just say, we can just say true for now. Let's just say true for now. And basically, what we can also do is we can in here just say that if so this one is not null, right? Let's set this back to null, and just let's set this back to so let's say else. So else is like saying that if this condition, if this condition is not met, then you can just do this. So basically I can just say is true equals to false, right? So what I've done is I've actually set this bool to false here, because this actual variable is going to be null. So it's not going to step into this block, it's going to step into that block. And then the next thing I want to do is I can actually say that like if is true, then what it's gonna do is it's gonna print this out if that thing is true. Basically, what I'm saying is that if up string is not null, then it's still gonna be true. But if it's null, then it's gonna set that is true to false. Then basically it will not actually display this. You just have to remember that this is actually now a null. So basically you can't say dot length, because this thing means nothing. It's actually nothing. So what you want to do is you might actually put a question mark here, and this tells you that if so, what this question mark is really going to do is just going to do a null check to see that is this actual variable null. If it's actually null, then it's not going to like process this. But if it is not null, then it's going to give you the length. So if I run this now, what is going to happen is it's just going to show me nothing. And the reason why it's showing me nothing is because I have actually like set this actual upstring to null. So it's actually not doing anything that it needs to do, right? So if I want to control it back and say, okay, fine, I want to do this. So I just want to say my channel again. Let's say my channel again, and then let's run it again, and let's see what happens in this scenario. So you can see now, basically my channel and hello code with Femi. So that's just actually basic with the cheat sheet, where you can play around with amazing stuff. Let's see again what else we can play with here. That would be nice to look at is the the computation ones, which is your your maths. Let's see what we can play with here. We've got I just want to see if we can do something basic. Okay, this one, actually I think this one is a nice one, which is actually just generating a random list, like generating a random list, and then we can actually also see if we can print it out. I'm just gonna copy that, then let's scroll out a little bit, and then we just have to let's just take this off. Let's just paste that in. So just to see, just have a focus. And also this actual type, you need to like resolve it. It actually uses it's in a namespace called system.collection just generic. So you can see it's actually a generic type, and then this is how you instantiate it, and then you can easily so rounds is actually what we're adding all the random numbers into. And what we can also do is we can actually now say console dot write line, and then we can actually say string dot join. So we can join that list to actually see all the, the actual numbers in there. So string dot join, so we can now say runs RNS, and then we can terminate that. So this was gonna just print out all the actual items in the actual list, in a, like, just by joining it with a comma separated separator. So if I run this, what you're gonna see now is it's just gonna give you a list of random numbers. As you can see there, these are your random numbers that actually got generated by this computation, which is your random method, which is an inbuilt method that is actually part of the system. So you can see this is actually very, very amazing. Like, there's a lot you can do. Like, and the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because you can easily achieve a lot by just, picking up your cheat sheet and just, seeing what you can use in there and actually use them. And the final one I just want to show you guys is the actual SQL one. So this is the SQL one, which is basically how you can query data. So querying data from a table, you can select from a table specific columns from a table. You can select list from a table. You can do a lot of, different types of selections that you want to do querying, and also like how you can create your tables, how you can delete a table, how you can alter a table to add a new column, to drop a new column. There's a lot, there's a lot of things that you can easily do, like in terms of views, like if you want to set up like a materialized view, like how to like create a view for it and all that amazing stuff. So yeah, that's just what I want to show you guys, and I hope you guys, would find this very useful. There's a lot of like cheat sheet out there. It's not only just this. There's cheat sheet on Docker. There's cheat sheet on Kubernetes. There's a lot of cheat sheets. There's just a lot out there that you can actually just start, grabbing and actually start going through them and seeing what they really mean and how you can really use them. And that would actually make your development a lot more easier and much more faster. And I hope you guys would like enjoy this. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to comment. If you know that there's a cheat sheet that that can be valuable to the next guy, please, put in the comment, man. Guys are gonna see it, like, please. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Cheers.